Hello and welcome back to No Man's Land for our survival let's play. First thing that we're going to do, well first thing that you'll notice is that it's snowing. At some point it's all just going to turn white, isn't it? Which is going to be dire. We're going to quickly see if we can get these fields fertilised before that happens. Because once that happens I don't think we can put any down. Right, I'm really struggling to see that. Let's quickly get them on. Right. You'll see how much difference how much different it looks without all them trees going along there, the spruce trees. Good. Front loader saved us. And now we're stuck. No, we're not. We're off. Right. We'll get this down. Just this strip here, and then we'll go and quickly do field number 3 as well. Today is the day we are going to get our carpentry factory. We should be able to get that today. There shouldn't be any issue whatsoever. Even if our silage, it might not be ready now, but it will be ready shortly. I don't think we'll have much problem with that. We need to get up to 60 grand. Even if we get somewhere and we're close, all we'll do is sell a couple of trees. That over there. Get that going. Yeah, so we've got that field just in front of us, the barley field that we planted right at the end of the last episode. That now will need weeding. You see all the bits that I've missed right at the end. Should have went around again, shouldn't I? So that's going to need weeding. We need to sell the silage. What else do we need to do? We need to fertilise a couple of more fields as well, but I don't think we'll do that in this episode. Well, certainly not immediately anyway. We've got more pressing issues to do, I think. I've just put the placeable, what's it called? The pallet lift, placeable lift pallet mod, etc. Something like that. It's something like that. I've just put that back on. I took it off because it was the night when the game was crashing all the time. And that was actually the day it came out, so I haven't had any other crashes since I had them sort of 12 or so that I had in one night. I don't think I've had any more anyway. I might have had a couple the next day, but I wouldn't be able to say for sure. So we'll have to try that, but they're newly spawned, and I've got quite a lot that haven't been, that'll need picking up. Sorry, with the front loader. Right, they're down a little bit. However, I still don't mind selling at that. What we in now? Yeah, because it's going to be a few months until they're back up. So I wouldn't be overly opposed to selling at that price, to be honest. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to quickly go over and pick up some silage bales and get these put. Oh my god! Right, there we go. We'll see where we are with them. Do you know what? I forget just how steep that is. Because it doesn't look it. But then when you see it from there, it's so steep. I normally try to go either side of it. Right, let's put operating position on. Let's... Man... Why didn't that pick up? Transport. Operating. Ah, what's going on here? What is going on here? Why are we not picking up people? There will be a reason that I'm completely missing. But I just don't know what it is. So they're 91% done. So why? Because this is the right trailer, isn't it? Do you know, I haven't had a look see what second-hand property is. Oh, that would be class. I'd love one of them. Right. Bale loaders. There's this one. So why aren't we picking up? Right, I'm going to go off and I'm going to see why we can't. Well, that was really weird. What happened to us? And I've literally been off camera for 30 seconds. I drove up alongside another one. It didn't pick up. So, I went into this menu here and I lowered the trailer slightly. And then I went alongside one, it picked one up. However, it didn't go where it is now. It went... so if you think I'm stood here, the bale was floating up there. And I had to manually move it, like as if I was unloading it, into position. And then I drove up along the side of the second one, and it went on absolutely fine. Just like these are going on now. So, it was very strange. I was thinking when it wasn't going on, is it something to do with that snowing? And it's not recognising, just like sometimes when the snow layers, you can't do certain things, can you? You can't put fertilizer on or seed or anything like that. So yeah, that was strange. I wonder if I've maybe left it in a position or something the last time I used it, left it in a way that I shouldn't have, I don't know. Either way, it's working now. Two more. There's the two. Right, transport position. I'm going to get up there. I'm kind of tempted to fast forward a bit, to be honest, and get these sold. Because there's not, other than the weeding, there's not a great deal that I want to be doing. I'll decide anyway. We might come back and we might be there ready to sell, but I'll decide shortly, so no problem. We're back on, and we've had a few changes. So basically, the in-game day yesterday didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. Them silage bales took so much longer to ferment than what they should have, which has meant two things. Firstly, we've pretty much lost a full day, which I say pretty much, we have lost a full day. I did manage to get the weeding done because I did that while we were waiting for them to ferment. When I realised just what was happening, I went and done that weeding and then come back on. But It was utter ridiculous. I mean, these weren't fermented until about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Bearing in mind, we were only on something like 91 or 92% on the morning, so God knows what happened there. The other knock-on effect to that is our eggs are now worth £200 per 1,000 litres less. So we're losing out here as well. Which isn't massive, it's just, it's a shame really. This will be the cheapest I've ever sold them at. However, we do need to sell them because we know what our end goal is. Which, like I've said, is the carpentry factory. Is that one gonna go? Yeah, it's gonna go. Right, so 6,000 takes us over 40. Those eggs, what I've noticed now is they're, when I'm keeping them produced, they're sort of taken over quite quickly now. So I'm not overly concerned about selling them at that price. I'm not going to make a habit of it, but I'm also not going to beat myself up about it. Let's get these sold now. This is the important thing. I don't know what we were selling this at before, because I don't think I made a note of it. So we're at 190 now. Does it say... Oh, 190. We're pretty much at top price. Which is never a bad thing, is it? So that this doesn't work first time, does it? Oh, it did that time. 18,700. That takes us to 58, and we've still got another set of bales. So we're definitely going to hit the 60 mark. We'd hit the 60 mark just with our generators alone, to be honest. I'm going to go back down, pick the rest up, and I'll see you back up here. Last load. So we've got 17 bales, 16 of which are the silage. What did we get last time? We got 18, so what do you reckon? 11 grand? I think 11 grand might be a decent shout. And then we'll have to have a look, see where we're going to put our factory. Because that is what we're going to do straight away. I don't know if it's just because of the tyres on, but we are skidding all over. We need as well. I say we need. We don't need, but I'll be wanting to get a second tractor soon. Right. Just under. I was 94 £94 off our 11 grand estimate. So that takes us up to just under 70,000 £70,000, which I'm more than happy with, although we're about to spend 60 of it now. I mean, I'm hoping we can place stuff with the snow being in. Got just under 16,000 of planks. I don't know if that's just one pallet. It looks like you can only get one pallet. We're actually full, so we need to get that shifted so we can start generating the other stuff. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly save it. And let's get this, let's have a look. This factory here. Carpentry, so we've got that one, that's 60. I'm sure there's a different one as well. That one, which is also 60. Got that, got that. Oh, these productions, this is what, again, I'm not sure where we at sort of with videos because of the way I'm producing them at the minute, but there's a few of them productions that I'm using on Campson Farm. So, do we want, which one do we want? Do we want this one, or do we want that one? I don't think it really matters, that. That's going to be built with snow on as well, that's decent, isn't it? Ah, I'll tell you what we need to do. I'm going to put the interactive markers on just while we do it. Yeah, I'm glad I did now. Let's put it this side, and then we know we can have a strip down the middle, can't we? Like a road down the middle. I think that'll work. Right, let's go for that. 60,000 built. That's what I wanted. So furniture. That's what we want. So we can make furniture planks. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I thought you needed the planks to put into the furniture, not just put wood in as well. Or do you need both? I know there's people watching this who will know exactly the answer because they've done it, but this is the first time I have done it. Right, let's go and quickly jump in the stire and get them planks delivered, and that's another thing I do as well. I can change it over now, can't I? So that I don't need to do this. I can change it to distributing. I am definitely going to need that weight on the back. Every time. It doesn't matter which one I pick, it's the wrong one. Right, we'll get this picked up. It's a bit of a ridge here. I haven't noticed that before. I wonder why that is. Yeah, that's heavy. Oh my god, that is heavy. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to... Right, let's see if we can just push it. I mean, that looks awful, doesn't it? But if we change this now to... Not that one, that one, that one. Change output to Distributing. Don't say that. Oh, there's another one popped up already. In fact, can I lift that one now? No, because it's 2.5 ton, and why would I be able to lift it? I appreciate that this looks absolutely diabolical. I mean, how's it even moving? You would ask. And you'd be right to ask. So let's pick it up now. Right, let's see what this one does. I wonder if it was just because of that ridge that was sort of putting us off. Or putting it off. I tried pushing it. Right, see if we can get this pushed over, and then, I mean, after this one we won't need to worry because it'll go straight over. Didn't realise we were going to be that heavy, 2.5 ton. Right, that'll get it over. The wheels are barely touching the ground, but it will get it over. Sorted. Do you need both? Furniture wood? It's because I've got that on, isn't it? If I put furniture planks. See, I didn't realise you could do that. So 60 wood for 80 planks. 5 planks for 7. Oh, and wood chips. You need wood chips as well? Oh no, it gives you wood chips, sorry. Right, now it's starting to make furniture. My word. Right, so we've got our first production going. Let's get down to the farm. We might have to wait for the snow to go to do anything else. But we'll have a look. Not long. We're back down at the farm. You'll notice we've been back up to the store since. I didn't realise them were in field ready to harvest. That's because we are going to plant some more trees. We've spent 3.5 grand. This isn't even a mod I knew I had on here. I had no idea. That's going to have to get shifted. I had no idea. God, that's heavy. Go on, get up, get up, get up. I'll try again. I had no idea that you could get 120 trees for 3.5 grand. And that's what we've got. 120 pine trees. Just get this moved. Which, if you think, the others cost 1,000 for 20. It's not bad, is it? So what I think we need is, do we need to put Do we just switch it on? This isn't wanting to pull this. Is it? What's the horsepower on this? Trees, where's trees? Trees, harvesters, cultivators, renewals, forestry, there we are. 120 horsepower. It isn't having any of it. Let's switch that off. We'll see if we can do it on the flat. Get that lifted up there. I didn't realise the horsepower requirement was so high. Right, we'll try this again and see if we can actually move. Right, we can do. We need that other tractor, don't we? There's a... I'm sure there's a Fiat Agri. That was a decent part. I mean, I can just leave that. God, be there ages. Is it in this one? It might have even been in medium tractors, you know. Where are we at? Have I gone past it? There it is. 33.5 grand. 180 horsepower. Yeah, we're stuck there. I'll go back up here, see if we can get a couple more in. How many do you get there? 3. Fantastic. Yeah, I definitely did not think that the horsepower requirement was 120 for this. Go on, just get over that little lip there. If I can get over that, then I think it'll be alright. There, it's going in. Yeah, that Fiat Agri, I think that might be the one we go for. 33.5 grand. There is... Nah, I'm not even... I'm just going to sack that off. We've got 6 in. That's a start. Only 114 to go. But we can't carry on doing that. It's not practical. So we'll get this put away. We're going to have to get these fields harvested, aren't we? I'm kind of a bit lost as to how long this episode will have been. Because of the way things... What's that in the middle of the field? Because of the way things... that's nothing. The way things happened with the previous day, where we just lost pretty much the full day. I don't know sort of where we're at with time. No doubt this will need refueling, because every time I get in it, it does. Oh my god. Half a tank of fuel. Let's just put that on a second. That's already got it on. Just making sure it was going to let us do the straw. Take the top off here. No, we won't, 'cause there's a stump in the way. Tell you what I am going to try. I think those pallets are brand new spawned ones. In fact, I don't think they definitely are. Let's see if I can pick them up. Oh my god, that's so much easier. I know eggs aren't accepted there. Tell you what, I'll put them around here. Right, that is going to be so much better. And do you know what? I will probably change the greenhouses as well. If we can pick pallets up again, then you generate more by selling them yourself rather than... I mean, it's nice not having to do anything other than fill the greenhouse up, but I think picking them pallets up and selling them ourselves when the price is better is going to be sensible, isn't it? I'm over the moon that works. There was a question that came on actually a few episodes back where, in fact, sorry, it wasn't even a few episodes back. Right at the beginning of FS22, I'd done a video. It was on Elm Creek, and the thumbnail was a massive stack of tomato pallets. And someone commented on that video recently, just saying, how did you manage to pick the pallets up by hand? And obviously I had to explain that when the game first came out you could do that because the pallets weighed less. But then literally as I explained that same day, I think that's when this mod came out for the liftable pallets. I mean that's going to be right up there with some of the best mods out at the minute, isn't it? I think we're really starting to, like I said this the other day, didn't I? Things are really starting to sort of transform on here. You can see them trees in between fields 2 and 3. They've shot up again, so they've reached another growth stage. We're obviously going to plant, when we get a tractor powerful enough, we're going to plant a load in that sort of waste ground area as well. I know they're going to take a while, but even if in between we just go around getting down as many trees as what we can. I will be doing, it won't be in this video obviously because it'll be too long, but maybe the next video we'll be creating some more silage as well, so we'll have that income coming soon. I mean, what did we get last time? We got about 30 grand, didn't we? Off that field. Off our, that grass field there. Couldn't get my words out there. This one here, we got about 30 grand's worth of silage from. Which is nuts, considering how much, if you think of the graft and the money as well that we put into our arable fields, and then you compare that to the grass work and how much money we've made from that, it's not even comparable, is it? Silage is just so good to do. I think before we can go bigger in silage, or we need bigger equipment. I think, where on earth has that come from? I wonder if I've been pushing that around. Probably have. Yeah, I mentioned it after the last one, didn't I? Some of it just took so long to do. I mean, that windrow is just tiny. Even the baling took ages as well. I think we're going to need to swap equipment round. the mowing wasn't too bad, but if we can get a tractor like that Fiat, then we can add the front mower on as well. What I plan on do, I'll get this field done, and then I'll probably put a time lapse on the other. In fact, there's no probably about it. I will definitely be putting a time lapse on the other bit. We'll have to have a look as well, see what production we want to look at next. With them production packs, the actual buildings, they're not called, I think it specifically says when you read the description about it that they're not factories, so the production's slower because it's not factory based. So they're only 10 grand each, and you can get all sorts out of them. I mean, there's a lot of stuff obviously that we don't have, so we don't have the ability to get dairy products at the minute. As far as things like corn and sunflowers, can't do them because we don't have the header for it. Need a new combine as well, don't we? You know, there's just so much that we need, and that's to go with that new tractor that I mentioned as well. But saying that, I mean, we have just spent 80 grand on buildings, and it didn't take us long to generate that 80 grand, really, did it? If you think that a new piece of land is that sort of price as well, is it 80 or 85 grand? New piece of land, let's have a look. 85. I mean, that is something we'll have to look at. I think the two obvious ones are them there, aren't they? I mean, that one looks good. That one there, that looks very promising. You've got the wood, and then just a very natural bit in the middle. But I mean, even that, I could extend field number 2 all the way out. It just doesn't have as many trees by the looks of it. I know one of the, I say one of them because there was two Andrews that used to comment on this series in particular quite a lot. They mentioned 22, which, yeah, is a very obvious one. 22 and 12, but I just don't have the equipment to deal with it. I think if I had, because I'm not like, that's the thing. I was going to say if I had the access to one of the tree cutters, like the Scorpion or something like that, then they would be ideal. Even to rent it, they would be absolutely ideal. But obviously, I can't on this series. I'm not allowed to rent, so that is out. And then the cheapest one's something like 300 grand, isn't it? That's what was so good about. For those who watched the Jack Pine series, quite early on I managed to get that lever, didn't I? It was a mod, quite an old machine, and it was there for forestry work. Oh man, I've just gone over that, haven't I? I might as well just drive over it now. I'm just going to empty straight into there. Yeah, may as well. We'll only have to do it again soon anyway. Yeah, that lever. it cost either 90 or 100 grand. It was around that. I'm sure. I think it was 90. And it just escalated our series so well. How quickly we were able to get through the forestry work was unbelievable once we got that. I mean, and then later on that mod where you could, it was just an auto loader for trees. That was amazing as well. I love that series, you know, it was so good. It was such a fun series to do. And I think, really, I wouldn't say just scratch the surface, but the money that we were making at the end, we could have bought anything, couldn't we? We just carry on buying bits of land, because I think, from what I remember, the bits of land you bought were massive, but they weren't overly expensive. We'll have to put some in. We'll fill that other one up as well. Yeah, and that Jack Payne, I mean, it didn't, I don't know, what did we end up, high 40s, didn't we? But should have been sort of into the 50s because we deleted 3 episodes by mistake. And we had, I mean, in the end I was buying tractors that were like, weren't they like 400 grand or something? Wheel loaders for a few hundred, for like a couple hundred grand. Or I remember right at the end buying a Fent that was an absolute fortune, and we bought a big Challenger as well, didn't we? But one of the Arctic ones, and I think I sold it quite quickly because I just couldn't get going with it. Didn't have a front attacher either, did it? Which meant it was really bad for grass work, and that series we ended up doing quite a bit of grass work, didn't we? Because we had a silo. There's a mod on here actually that's quite good. In fact, I don't know if it comes in the same pack or not, but there's one where you can mix TMR, and then there's one where you can dry your grass, turns it to hay. It might even be the same mod, but I don't think it is. I think it's 2 separate ones. Although, I think the TMR factory is something like 170 grand, which is ludicrous. I mean, a series like Carpentry might see that, because we're going to be making mega money on Carpentry soon. But I mean, the series like this will never see it. If I do get cows, which like I've said, I really want to, then it just would never be worth it. Right, that's that one all done. Let's go and fill up the small chicken coop, and then we'll get a time lapse on for field number 3. Thought that might do that. That trigger was quite far out, wasn't it? Didn't realise it extended so much. There we go. We'll empty this and then get going. And then, like I said, do you know what, I might even get some of that grass work done. It won't be in this video, but it might be in this in-game day. We're on nearly 2 o'clock now, so we'll see. Right, we'll get a time lapse on, get this done, and then we'll see what the crack is once we get finished. Right, we are just about done. What are we on? 73% now, so whether we get the rest of this or not in here, it won't take us overly long. But I mean, it's just on times 5 it goes so quickly. We're already at 25 to 4. It's February, so I mean, we're not going to keep the light for overly much longer. Let's have a look at these. Some furniture, I don't even know what they go to, as in, I know it's in litres, but is it 1,000 litres, is it a couple of thousand litres in each pack? I have absolutely no idea. But I mean, we're full on planks, and we've still got quite a lot of wood in there as well. Although I want to keep that topped up. I don't want that running out, I just need it continuously going. I don't think that the furniture, and I kind of knew this coming into it as well, I don't think it's produced overly quickly. I mean, that is now just sort of ticking away in the background, isn't it? There's I mean, that's interesting. 1800, and it's not producing a new one. Or maybe it's waiting. Yeah, that's full, that's why. I mean, to be honest, you could probably do with 2 factories, couldn't you? 2 carpentry, sorry. Carpentry factories. I think 1 sawmill and 2 carpentry factories might work. I don't want to spend another 60 grand yet though. I mean, firstly, because we haven't got it for a start. It was a bit of a bonus, these fields being done. I think because it was snowing, I thought they were still in the growth stage. Obviously it wasn't. They were ready to harvest. So I mean, we've just filled the 2 coops up, and we're going to have a bit stored away as well. I'm sure we already had 7,000 litres stored away even before we started doing this. Right, so we've got 4,700 there. Let's see what we're going to be up to. Right, 15. We started to look decent on barley, aren't we? To the point where I think we might be able to get a second chicken coop. I don't know if it lets you try to place one if you haven't got the money. Yeah, it doesn't. That does. Ah, but it doesn't tell us. Could I get one in there? I wonder if I can get one in there. Possibly. So we've ended up with 18,700. I mean, that's pretty decent, isn't it? What I might do, I haven't decided yet, but I might start off camera. In fact, I won't start the grass work, I'll do that on camera. What I might do off camera is bale these, the straw fields. Because why not? I mean, we've done so much. I say we've done so much baling. We have, but I think the baling that I tend to show more now is when we doing silage, isn't it? And I think that might be the best way of doing it. But I'm gonna leave it here. We've achieved what we wanted to, which is getting our furniture production up and running. And we've hit a snag in the fact that we can't really plant any more trees because we haven't got the horsepower required to run our planter. So that is going to have to be fixed rather quickly. But we will leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next one.